Blah, blah, blah. The fog is coming. Right, finally. The fog is coming. Right, it's working. So sorry if anybody got an ear full of noise. I'll remove it later. So, turns out it's a premiere. It's not a live stream, it's a premiere. I'm gonna go ahead and announce the live stream. Don't think there's going to be anything of note, but it's worth doing anyway. Hey, Jacob, have you seen the Spider-Man 2 Collector's Edition? Yeah, digital copy with a steelbook. This needs to stop. Right, so what I'm going to do, for a change of pace, is I've got 4 boxes here of mixed cans. These will either be out of date or cosmetically damaged. And they contain American sodas. I'm going to open them and go through what I've got. And Tribeca in 8 minutes. I am going to put some music on. Okay, that should do. Right, so when does the scissoring begin? Oh, you're referring to the title of the stream. Well, yeah. I figure it's going to be a lot of, I mean this in the nicest way, gay games. Right. So I'm going through the box of cans. We have Sprite. You can rate this box. 1 Sprite. 1 Raspberry Pink Lemonade Polar. 1 Black Cherry Polar. 1 Diet Mountain Dew. Welcome, Sushi. Is DokeV going to be on this one? Unlikely. Oh, it's Raz Cranberry La Croix. Wild Cherry Pepsi. Always a good one. Zero Calorie Polar Cola. Virgil's Zero Sugar Grapefruit. I've had this before. I've had the Polar Cola before. Probably point out the ones I've had. I've had Wild Cherry before. Polar Cherry as well. Pepsi Vanilla. This is a banger. I've had Pepsi Vanilla before. Caffeine-free Coca-Cola. That sounds like a plan for this evening, wouldn't you say? And at the bottom here, we have 2 cans of Canada Dry Ginger Ale. 2 cans of that. So far, box number 1. Quite a lot of stuff I wouldn't normally buy, but it works out to 50p a can. But go ahead to box number 2. I have to decide which order I want to put these in the fridge, because the order I put them in is the reverse order of what I want to drink. Yeah, I'm hoping for one of the Mountain Dew flavors I like. You know, like Voltage, that sort of thing. Oh, it's looking boring again. Oh, never mind, I saw something good. Okay, another Sprite. Ruby Red Grapefruit Seltzer. Cola. Humex Apricot Nectar. Mountain Dew, flaming hot. This is really good. And 2 sprites. 2 more sprites. That's 3 sprites in this box. That's 4 sprites so far. That's more than the NES can display at once. We have 2 more ginger ales. Well, another liqueur. Another Raz Cranberry. This had better be good. I'm very picky about liqueur. Another 0-calorie Polar Cola. 7-Up and Sprite are different drinks. Made by different companies. One is PepsiCo and one is Coca-Cola. And 2 more 0-sugar grapefruit Virgils. I'm not surprised these are here because American Fizz has been trying to shift those for months. Okay, box number 3. This is the Canada Dry box. Let's see what we've got. This is going to be my summer soda anyway. Basically, buy all your drinks ahead of time, in bulk, and then you don't have to go buying any during the summer. Another Sprite? Fuck me dead. Okay, we have Irish ginger ale. More Humex. Apricot Nectar. More Diet Mountain Dew. Pretty disappointing so far. I've had bad luck with these boxes. Pepsi Wild Cherry. Again. Raz Cranberry Liqueur. Again. God, more repeating faces. 0-sugar Virgils. 0-calorie Polar Cola. This is some bad turnout this time. That's some bad luck. Canada Dry Blackberry Ginger Ale. Okay. Caffeine-free Coca-Cola, another one of those. Good after a work day. I don't want to be up till 1 AM because I can't sleep. Which is more or less what happened last time. And more ginger ale. Fucking hell. They obviously had a load of that to shift. Right! Last mystery pack. Christ. Yes. Ginger ale. Another blackberry ginger ale. Caffeine-free Coca-Cola. Right, yeah. Looks like that's our full set of varieties, really. Bad luck again. Well, Wild Cherry's okay. But another liqueur? Really? Do I look like I drink liqueur? Well, I will be drinking liqueur. More Humex, more Diet Mountain Dew. Hey, Chuck. And last of the mystery box sodas, more Sprite. More Irish ginger ale. Ooh. 2 minutes until the premiere. We've got Spacewalk! Let's send that SNES music. Bum 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 bum. Blim. Oh, Mr. No Monster. Huh? There are better energy drinks out there. Whoa, he said it! Red Licorice G Fuel. Oh! Right. There's one more mystery box. But I know what's in this mystery box. It's not a mystery. It's motherfucking Schwip Schwap. That's right, it's motherfucking Schwip Schwap. It's motherfucking Schwip Schwap. It's 12 fucking cans of fucking Schwip Schwap. Oh, that's right, Schwip Schwap. It's motherfucking Schwip Schwap. It may say Sprite, but it's motherfucking Schwip Schwap. Schwip Schwap. Schwip Schwap. Schwip Schwap. Schwip Schwap. A countdown to a countdown! Schwip Schwap. Come on, I can't get this anywhere else than American Fizz, so sometimes I have to, you know, order it in bulk. I had a feeling this would happen based on when they were planning to start. Got 3 more cans of this Sheets G Fuel. Hopefully it's good. I haven't had a G Fuel flavour I've hated. I've had G Fuel flavours I thought were weak, but not any I've hated. Far Cry 6 reveal had a countdown to a 1-hour countdown. That's ridiculous. Picked up some of these because they were on clearance. Mike and Ike strawberry flavored soda. Strawberry sodas are usually shite. What did you think of Summer Games Fest? Summer Games Fest, Day of the Devs, or Devolver Digital? Which one? Do you mean Summer Games Fest, like, started with Prince of Persia, ended with Final Fantasy VII Rebirth? Yeah, I liked it. I liked it. It was a good show. It was missing Dokev. It was heavily implied Dokev would be there. It wasn't. I was very disappointed. But I thought it was a good show, and Jeff Keighley is always fun, and they had Sam Lake on there, and Sam Lake is a fucking Giga Chad. His penis walks in 5 seconds before he does. That's how long it is. So I've always got time for Sam Lake. Right, so I didn't just get soda. I also got some snacky bits. Because, of course, I buy 2 months' worth at a time. Basically. So I've got stuff on hand. Peanut Lions. 2 of those. Maybe 2 of these. Salted caramel popcorn Kit Kats. Tropical punch flavor sachets. Nuts, you say? What kind of nuts are we talking about? Are we talking about white chocolate Reese's Cups? Are we talking about regular Reese's Cups? Did you see what got mistakenly leaked? Are you referring to Persona 3 Remake and Persona 5 Tactica? Because I saw those. Watermelon flavor Sour Patch Kids. A bag of Haribo alphabet letters. Never had these before. Most of these were dirt cheap because they were out of date or soon to be out of date. Let's take the Sour Patch Watermelon, for example. What's the date on this? Best before 21st of March this year. It's perfectly fine. It's sugar. The more Reese's Cups. Super excited for this. The Flintstones Cocoa Pebbles Candy Bar. That's right, Bone! King size, Bone! Reese's Fast Break. I've never had these before. Oh ho! Sparkling wine flavor jelly beans. More flavor sachets for bottled water. And 4 boxes of Muddy Bears. Muddy Bears are the shit. They are jelly teddy bears covered in milk chocolate. They are fucking legit. Right. That's, including the 4 bottles of Mike and Ike's strawberry soda, that is my American grocery shop for the next 2 months. And I'm gonna have a caffeine-free Coke from my order. After the stream, I will put everything in the fridge. Somehow. Some things may have to come out of the fridge. I finally chucked out the dragon... I got these, like, dragon yogurt pots, like, last year, and they were out of date then. I only just chucked them out the other day. They've been sitting in my fridge for a year. Persona 6 is rumored to be timed to PS. It could be. I mean, it's very clear now that Microsoft has gone, okay, 2 can play at that game. If Sony wants to buy exclusives, we'll buy exclusives. At least that's what that Persona 3 and Tactica trailers imply. Because they only have Xbox and Steam logos on them. Now, do I think they're exclusive to Xbox? No. Do I think they're coming to Xbox day one? Yes. Do I think they're coming to Game Pass day one? Yes. I don't think they're exclusive. I think there's something fucky going on with the trailers that have leaked and the way that they've leaked. But if it ends up being exclusive to Xbox, either timed or forever, then ha 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 ha, serves you right, Sony people. But I'd rather it wasn't, you know? Because I want everybody who likes Persona to be able to play it. I'm gonna go through a bit of the rubbish on my desk while I'm here. Ooh, a sweetie. Oh yeah, of course it was leaked deliberately. That's what I mean about it being fucky, you know? The plan of that leak was to get everyone talking about Microsoft, right? To drum up excitement for Microsoft's show, where they show Fable, Perfect Dark, Banjo-Kazooie, Persona. Yeah. Yeah, but are you still collecting model kits? Collecting, yes, but I'm not getting ample opportunity to build. My most recent acquisitions are Miorine Rembrandt and Suletta Mercury. I showed them last night on the Summer Games Fest stream. I finally found the Your sticker. It's under all this shite. Pretty cool. Japanese candy has some of the coolest collectibles, I swear. If Xbox starts pushing Sega stuff really hard, then that will just end up sparking the flames again of the "is Microsoft buying Sega" discussion. I really think that's a ridiculous place to go. But if I've learned anything, life is ridiculous. The weirdest things can happen. So I don't even think it's outside of the realm of possibility. Tribeca is a film festival, so expect the indie games and video games shown in this showcase to be story or narrative driven. There may be agenda focused games in here. I think there's a good chance of that. Currently, Tribeca is advertising a... this is going to be games. Tribeca is currently advertising a thing later this month where they're talking to Sam Lake about Alan Wake 2. So there's a good chance Alan Wake 2 will be featured in this. And then it will be artistic stuff. Previous years, The Big Con has appeared on... Wow, these Lidl receipts go really, like, blue after a while. The Big Con was shown at a previous Tribeca game show. And that game's pretty cool. So, you know, it will be indie games and very, like, story-heavy games, and it will be... It does sound good. I hope Chuck95 streams it. Again. So I have faith that what's shown here will be good, and it will be interesting. But it will also be arty. It will be extremely arty. Art for art's sake. That's the kind of thing you can expect to see at Tribeca. Bank letters. Which bank are you with? Survey time. I'm with... these chuckle fucks. Can't manage their way out of a fucking paper bag. Which games? Barclays. That must be the difference with that, you know, like I'm with Santander and you're with Barclays. You're with Barclade? You see, that's my mistake. I should be with the bank where you get laid. It was a terrible joke. Trying to make sense of everything I've got here. It's such a pain. Don't know why I chose this live stream to do it. Anybody here like Captain Planet? A Cocaine Bear video game would be quite good. Well, I think Captain Planet sucks. But, Dr. Blight's pretty cool. One second. Okay, let's go.
The city is back, and it's exciting.
It's a fantastic film festival that really gets to the soul and the heart of downtown New York filmmaking.
It's about the vibrance of the culture of New York, and we pull it all together with films, games.
Okay, stop advertising your film festival. I'm here for the games.
We share our narratives now differently.
There are so many more things that games can be.
Ever since I was a kid, I would play video games 24/7.
Every time I wanted to relax, every time I wanted to step out of the world for a bit.
You know,
I love it. You can't hear like the noise of me ripping receipts.
I want to be
like the noise cancellation is so good.
I want to feel like I'm part of the story.
Oh, that one went through.
I am Julian Cordero, and
one
my
was alive
game
now.
is Despelote.
Goodbye, Volcano High.
Oh, Goodbye Volcano High. Ugh. Is that showing today?
A Highland Song.
Chants of Sinnoh. Nightscape.
The Expanse.
Welcome.
The Expanse?
Welcome to Tribeca Games.
Oh, that's what's being shown today. Oh, Dios mío. Highland Song.
Must have climbed the hill behind the house 100 times.
Oh, I'm gonna be late for my kipper sandwich for tea. Daddy's gonna smack me bottom again.
But after that,
oh no, what am I gonna do?
And then another again.
I'm gonna have to.
After all that,
I'm gonna have to take a shot in a cup.
and I've never been there.
I think it's almost.
Highland Song is
Yeah,
a narrative
it would have to be
game
Scottish
set
because
in
of the
wilds
name.
of the Scottish Highlands. You
Scottish
play as
Highlands.
a teenage
Oh,
in her
an
way
army
through the
marches on
wild-
its stomach.
But to get there,
Right,
you're
okay,
gonna have
try
to find
back
your
up.
way through the wild mountains and the valleys. You'll have to survive the weather.
A
and
Highland
you'll learn a
song.
bit about the stories and the history of the Highlands on the way.
Walking in Scottish Highlands.
UK, and we specialise in narrative games, so we make games in all sorts of genres, but our main focus is on games that tell really strong stories.
Our most
Isn't
famous
that
game
what a narrative
is
focus is,
80
you
Days,
dumbass?
an adaptation of Jules Verne's classic novel.
The main hook of 80 Days is that you can go around the world any way you like. The way that Highland Song works is extremely similar to 80 Days. You start in...
We copy-pasted our game
and
engine.
you can choose all sorts of different routes through the Highlands.
I really like the visual style of this, though. It's pretty.
But it also ends at a
Do you play a pair of bagpipes and summon the Loch Ness Monster? I wonder if you can go to Loch Ness.
For a game like a Highland Song can be really difficult. Gameplay is usually built around loops and patterns, but good narratives aren't made out of loops. We want to make sure that the character isn't doing anything just for the sake of gameplay, but
am I really going to make this statement when I do my video write-up?
The reason that we've essentially created our very first...
I'm going to upset so many people.
...is that it just makes sense for the character within this...
I really like the graphical style, and the main character looks really breedable. Oh no.
And it even has a rhythm action mechanic. So
I'm going to get cancelled.
It's the most gamey game that we've ever created.
The most gamey
Moira's
game
platforming abilities in a Highland song
that
are quite
this
realistic. She has a
studio
limited amount of time
made.
she can climb.
Oh, okay.
She gets hurt if she falls too far. She can rest to recover her strength. She gets affected by weather and affected by nighttime and affected by cold. A lot of our mechanics are built.
So it's basically GeoWiz the game, right?
We have a map mechanic.
I'm going to travel across the Scottish Highlands in a straight line.
Learning the names of peaks and understanding the history
I'm gonna
of peaks to help
piss
you
in a
find
bottle and turn it into drinking water. Oh wait, no, that's Bear Grylls.
At Inkle, we've always loved hand-drawn 2D illustration. We love how expressive it can be, especially for characters. Even when we made 3D games, we still had 2D characters because we love...
Because 3D modeling is hard work. Just be honest.
I grew up in Scotland.
Is Billy Connolly going to be in this
I went
game?
up into the Scottish
I could
Highlands,
dye my beard purple if you like.
And we got lost, and we had to stumble through rivers and bogs. It was really
Dude, that
quite
sounds so
a
much fun.
chilling, scary experience. My parents are art historians, and there was always one painting in particular that they had that I used to love as a child. It had a little ruined...
Why does this
castle
read
on
like a
rock
creepypasta?
and these Scots pine trees and this golden brown colour palette that was just so characteristic of the region.
Sounds
And so
like
going
a
for
creepypasta.
Aesthetic was a way to capture that. The more modern take on that is the digital paintings of concept artists such as Paul Scott Canavan, who we worked with on this project, and he came up with this really beautiful way of
That is so pretty.
painting rocks and
Like, the art
trees
style of
and
this game is
grass
what's got me
and then
interested.
assembling them as a huge collage, but then all built up so that the overall effect is of a painting coming to life.
When people play a Highland
I
song,
like that the character is dead center in the screen. So if you're at the water level, there's a fuck ton of water.
There's this tension in that place.
Like, that's
between
really...
being full of
That's really
story
striking.
and history and the marks left behind by people, whether that's
I'd probably play
ruined
this.
farmhouses or whether that's just the names.
I'd do a stream of
attached
it.
to the various peaks and the stories behind those names, which often go back a very, very long way indeed.
When I first kind of conceived of the game, I tried to forget everything about what games we'd made as a studio before, what games are out there, and I just tried to imagine, what do I want on my Switch for me to play right now? And pretty much
What do I want
Island
on my
Song,
Switch?
as the way it looks and feels, popped into my head, and I can't be prouder of what we've created.
What do I want on my Xbox? Goodbye, Volcano High. Okay, Snoot Girl.
Co-op is a game studio that's based originally in Montreal, but is now remote and worldwide. It is a cooperative.
Basically, that means that we make all major decisions together. We decide whether we want to work 4 days or 5 days. Spoiler alert, we decided to do 4 days a long time ago.
We present concepts when we are starting to put together things, and we all vote on what we think.
I don't like their method of working, but if it works for them, that's great. I couldn't work in a company like this.
You chose it.
It was really important for
No,
us to
you
feel
you
like
need
this
a
is different
Sakurai
space
figure
people
that
actually
has like the
create
core
the
vision.
voices behind the games that we make.
We are the makers of some charming, fun games like Winding Worlds and Nog, and
You can't say that you are the creator of charming games. You're not allowed to call your games charming.
Year of high school. At the start of the year, they find out that a meteor is coming, and the game is about asking yourself, what would you do if you had 1 year left? Who would you be? Who would you
Commit
want
heinous
to go out?
crimes.
How would you want to go out?
I vote yes.
Commit heinous
This
fucking
is a
crimes.
voting type situation.
It.
I mean, it does
If
kind of
I only
apply
had
to
a
all of
year
us.
left,
Or it was supposed to.
I
Yes.
would
You did a great
commit
job.
so many crimes.
So?
So many
We
crimes.
chose dinosaurs for Goodbye
Lamau.
Volcano High for a couple of reasons.
Anus crimes,
Originally,
yep.
when we presented
Anus
the game
crimes.
To everybody else, it was meant to be a dating sim because, like, at the time, this was kind of like the hot thing to work on was dating sims. And then we were like, hold up. Here's the hook. It's a dating sim with dinosaurs at the end of the world. As soon as you start talking about a meteor, even though the characters are unsure what's going to happen, you know it's going to happen.
And that was really important to us because we wanted to make something that could tap into the anxiety of our current times. And dinosaurs was a really great way to create that metaphor instantly.
As it went on and we became kind of more ambitious and more interested in making what we
The
actually like,
symbolism
we were like, what if it's
is
an anime and we tell a
practically
story that isn't
shoved
necessarily
down
so focused on
our
dating,
throats.
but really goes deep into the emotional aspects of the end of the world.
So high school already feels like it's the end of the world to most people, so it wasn't really that hard to hone in on the teen angst. It's really the hope that's tricky to encapsulate.
High school to me is all about
The 90s sitcom.
sweet
I'd play
balance
that.
of doom and hope.
Hope for the better future.
I'd play a game
hope for
based
the
on
dreams
that.
we chase and the ambitions we strive for. Those are things that can feel impossible to cling to, especially with something that can't be stopped and feels inevitable, like a giant meteor hitting you.
And communities all across the continent.
Snoot Girl came out. So I remember it being a case of this game has been in development for so long. 4chan came along and made a piss-take game
In light of the whole space rock potential demise of civilization
based on it.
thing, my chosen theme feels
So
off.
Snoot Girl already
What's
came
the
out.
theme? Using this year to make an impact.
Our characters all have different methods of coping. Some double down on their ambitions, determined to accomplish their dreams before it's too late. Others slow down and decide to savor what time they have left, regardless of what their dreams are.
We can
This just seems like it would be extremely depressing to play.
The player character essentially ends up being the UI, and you end up playing as Fang's inner monologue.
I think this means she's rooting for us?
Music is really important in Goodbye Volcano High, and I would actually say music is really important to our studio and all of our games. It's core to our DNA, and music is central to the identity of the people who make the game, and so it is central to the identity of the game.
This just looks like it would be depressing to play, honestly. Existential crises are so last year.
It is essentially the same as having a scene of dialogue, but you're playing music.
Wow, the person playing this is shit at rhythm games. It's a single button. Oh, someone's played Gittery, man.
Fang is kind of gearing up for their future as a musician, and then realizing that they may not have a future anymore. So those two things are kind of clashing.
Yeah, this game was at, like, the initial PlayStation 5 reveal, wasn't it? Goodbye Volcano High.
I think every person hopes that they get to be near people they love and who understand them and that love them. Those are things people can grasp no matter how much time they have left.
I think that this game really
Didn't this
encourages
come out?
people to
Question
be
mark.
brave, to do the brave thing, and love each other and be there for each other, even when it's scary.
Love each other. Be there for each other. Ugh. Okay. Chants of Sennar. Run Disc, and yet the character's
Bonjour, je
walking.
suis Julien.
What a
Bonjour, je
lie.
suis Thomas. Nous sommes les cofondateurs de Rundisk et nous sommes ici pour vous parler de Chants of Scénar.
Avec Chant of Scénar,
I didn't come here to read.
une aventure originale basée sur le mythe de Babel.
On a essayé de vous plonger dans la peau d'un voyageur qui débarquerait dans un pays complètement inconnu.
Tout au long de son ascension, le joueur va rencontrer 5 peuples différents. Chaque peuple a ses propres coutumes, sa propre histoire et évidemment sa propre langue.
Comme chacun de ces peuples parle des langues différentes, ça fait des siècles qu'ils ne se comprennent plus. Une partie du jeu et de l'aventure va consister à comprendre les raisons de cette division et peut-être essayer de rétablir l'harmonie dans la tour.
Visual style of this is nice. But I'm struggling to get a bead on what kind of game it is.
On a eu cette idée de s'inspirer de la tour de Babel parce que c'est un mythe qui est très puissant, qui parle des hommes qui essayaient d'atteindre le ciel en construisant une gigantesque tour. Et ça a déplu aux dieux qui ont décidé de les frapper d'une malédiction en leur faisant tous parler une langue différente. Ce qui est important et original dans le jeu, c'est que les langues sont des puzzles en soi. Pour nous, un mot c'est pareil qu'un levier, une porte, une clé. On comprend des langues en résolvant des puzzles, et résoudre des puzzles nous permet de comprendre des langues.
Chant of Scénar est avant tout un jeu d'aventure. Au-delà de l'aspect puzzle, le joueur devra explorer l'environnement, interagir avec différents personnages et participer à des scènes d'action et d'infiltration.
Donc on a eu cette idée de créer un héros qui serait plus un traducteur, un diplomate, un scientifique quelque part, et qui soit dans cette démarche de réconciliation. Le personnage lui-même n'est pas un personnage violent, c'est pas un personnage fort, c'est pas un guerrier. Il va s'en sortir, il va trouver les clés autrement que par la violence. C'est important pour nous de montrer ça, puisque quelque part ce qu'on essaie de montrer dans le jeu, ce qu'on essaie en tout cas de dire dans le jeu, c'est que la violence n'est pas forcément le moyen de tout résoudre.
Violence is not the way
Les
to
inspirations artistiques du jeu,
solve
elles se trouvent
things.
principalement dans la bande dessinée
Yeah,
européenne des
well,
années 70-80, puis plus
Brock,
tard, on a élargi les inspirations du jeu. On a convoqué le brutalisme,
the
l'architecture mauresque,
investigator
l'architecture indienne. C'est ce qui
begs
nous a
to
permis de
differ.
créer ce monde un peu pluriel.
Chant of Scénar est une invitation au voyage, à la tolérance et à l'ouverture sur les autres.
Tolerance and
Dans les étrangères
openness.
sont vues comme un frein. C'est d'ailleurs pour ça qu'on parle de barrière de la langue.
Know what I was saying at the beginning about
puisque les langues, ils sont à la fois
games
l'obstacle
with
et
an
le
agenda?
On espère
Yeah.
que vous aurez du plaisir à découvrir la tour, à résoudre ses mystères et à nous aider à réunifier ces peuples.
Not necessarily criticism, it's just an observation about Tribeca. September 5th. Nightscape.
Nightscape is a 2.5D atmospheric adventure game where the ancient
Another one?
night sky loses its light.
It feels like every indie game at the moment is a 2.5D
You play as
adventure
Layla,
game.
who is an astronomer who just loves to look at the night sky.
As
How come the
Layla,
concept
the
art versions were
master
way
has to
better
restore
looking
stars
than
back to constellations in
than
order to
the
seek it back to
finished
home?
concept versions?
A key stellar cast member is the Goat Kid constellation. The Goat Kid decides to accompany Layla in her journey.
These days, people do not know much about constellations and the stories behind them, especially Arabic constellations.
They're different from the Western or the Greek constellations. And so we've had a big research task finding out what those constellations mean, what the backstories are, and finding out how we can turn those ideas into gameplay elements.
The importance of the sky is having this sky-ground connection. Having Layla
This guy
use
needs a better
the
mic.
constellation's abilities to solve puzzles and help with Layla in defeating enemies.
The game being 2.5D, you can actually walk into the screen. There's a lot there that allow them to make the game very cinematic.
So it's a 3D game.
This is a brand new experience for me, building a team from the ground up. We found an amazing level designer in the
You can
build,
go up
a
and
coder
down, in
Goose,
and out.
And very recently we found our technical
It's
artist in
3D.
Jackie, and those three are the powerhouse of the studio.
Come on.
And I think it's
2.5D.
really genuinely amazing that we found those guys.
Oh yeah, Crash
so willing
Bandicoot is a
to work with us
2.5D
in
platformer.
Doha.
Get out of here.
I was very unsure
Shut
about
up.
the amount of talent for making video games in the Middle East. And I think we got super lucky finding the team that we did.
For me, it all starts with a story and pictures that triggers my imagination. It triggered immediately some music in my mind. Beautiful Middle Eastern melodies to take them in, the maqams, to combine them with harmonies, Western influences as well, that it comes together as a blend.
In my mind, designing sound is a bit like playing with clay, like trying to model this clay, this sound, manipulate, edit, cut. For example, the hook shot is mostly made by a tree branch.
The hook shot?
Footstep of a scorpion walking, which is a mix of knife and stone. The voice of a scorpion is my voice, actually. And then overly processed. When the scorpion attack, when the scorpion die, attack, that's my voice.
We're trying really hard to make the game feel
Here's how we make Foley sound effects. Hi, you must be the first studio to have ever made Foley sound effects. The first studio to ever sample their own voice. Lol.
So, looking at the stars.
What does he voice?
Which is why.
Is it the sound of the main character farting?
There's about 65 million people in the MENA region who play games, and there's a very, very sparse amount of content being developed from within. We want to push that boundary, and we want to create fun and meaningful games with the Middle East in mind, utilizing its culture and rich.
Sound of winds blowing is just the blowing into the mic. Not from here.
Going forward.
From here.
And ultimately build a bridge towards understanding the Middle East.
A wind blew in. Looks fine, might take a key, lol. What have I become? Stray Gods. I feel like they're missing a bunch of animation frames here.
The games industry is always absolutely convinced that we can only be this and this only until someone comes along and...
You're missing animation frames.
Stray Gods is a role-playing musical
themselves.
where you control the song. You play as
We're gonna
Grace,
be
a college
different
dropout
and
who's not
do
quite sure what to
the
do with her
next
life.
big thing.
Living in the modern
Because
world,
fuck you,
who
industry,
encounters
is what
the
I get
last
from that.
of the Greek muses,
Calliope?
who dies in her arms, passes on her powers, and Grace discovers that the Greek gods are alive and well and hidden in the modern world.
We think that Stray Gods kind of appeals beyond just fans of video games. It's a really unique story and a unique experience.
Of
There are
course
so
you would
many
think
elements
that!
go
You're
into this game
making
that are
it!
special, that you can attach to any one of them and have an incredible experience.
Stray Gods is what we call.
Of course you think that about it, it's your game!
You say you didn't
Oh,
know
please
that?
be a match
You
3.
have 1 week to prove it. What do I do?
Start singing.
What do I do? Start making a game that actually has gameplay in it.
Made in musical numbers that change depending on your choices.
The way that we tackle music is one that people have never seen before. Boarding multiple
It's
branching
literally
paths that should link up to
a
each
song
other. There's a lot of
you
considerations to factor
control
in. It's very
the
complicated, but it
lyrics
feels very
for.
worth it in the end.
Like, I can do that at home with a
got to work with some of the best
hairbrush
and the most
in
talented
front
voice actors in
of
the world,
the
the most
mirror.
talented people on
What
Broadway,
is
like,
the
what more can you ask
point?
for, really?
Being able to work with some champions like
Well,
Austin
notes.
Wintory, David Gator, Troy Baker has been nuts.
At the end
Troy
of the day, it
Baker,
came down to our
Troy,
composer, Austin,
NFT,
work some kind of dark
Baker.
magic, and you get it all back, and you're like, don't know how you transformed that take into this, but it's absolutely amazing.
You'll have to see.
We have such incredibly complex, thoughtful characters in this game. Every single character.
You would
in the
say
game
that
is
because you
my
wrote them!
favorite.
My favorite character is Eros.
I really
My
love
favorite
her
character
name.
is the
I
reset
think
button.
She is beautiful.
Oh no, that's too hard of a question.
My favorite character is, I think, Orpheus.
My king, Orpheus. He's my favorite. It used to be Hermes, but Orpheus, emo king, love.
Look at me. Who do you think I am? I'm saying Medusa. I am the #1 Medusa fan in the office.
I love Medusa and I love Persephone and I adore Freddie, but my favorite
I reckon my favourite character is Freddy.
I'm really going to go against the grain here. My favourite character is Freddy.
Everybody's going to say Freddy, so I thought I'd say someone else as well.
But my favorite... Oh, yeah, I'll say Freddy. But Medusa.
What is this game?
and Goliath.
Stray Gods.
Like, it's really hard. Sorry.
There is a level of
My favourite character is the blunt I smoke every day on the walk home from this soul-sucking developer's office. Oh, ouch.
Seen on a lot of the games that I've worked on in my career.
We've assembled this superstar group of people. It is a Voltron
Superstar group of people. Oh man, I can't believe it. You've got Hideo Kojima, Goichi Suda, Masahiro Sakurai,
So that we weren't hiring the same kind of people.
Every single person who came
Satoru Iwata.
Something wholly and uniquely theirs.
It's one thing to be able to hire to have diverse voices. It's also another thing to make sure that those voices are heard.
Diverse
It's important for
voices.
everyone, one, feels safe enough to share their
Ugh.
opinion. Two, diverse enough that many
Hire
opinions are
for who fits the role.
At the end of the day,
Talent
gaming
wise.
is about joy, and I really
I
like
can't believe
being reminded
this.
that making games
You are virtue signaling over people's skin color. That's literally racism. What is wrong with you? This isn't progressive. It's segregation. What do we got next? The Expanse, a Telltale series. Nice to see Telltale back. Is Randy Tudor here?
The Expanse is an exceptional intellectual property in that it's huge and that the characters are the forefront of what they are focusing on.
What is so compelling about it
Is
that
The
it
Expanse
works
any good? I've never
in
seen it.
Several different mediums. Right?
Assume I don't watch TV.
And then I think what was so special about the television show was that it was almost like just another window of looking in at this same story.
So what's unique about the way that we tell stories is that we give our players agency over the character they're playing, which basically means that their choices shape the overall story, so they're actually living in the story as opposed to just following along with it.
When you're adapting a television property into a video game property, you have to think about what the fan is expecting and when they're coming into. This takes place years before the first season. We're getting to see the world through Kamina Drummer's eyes. She is a belter, somebody who's out in deep space and has grown up there, has never set foot on a planet, so her perspective is really different.
It's hard for me to look at these moons without thinking about the other research colonies exploiting all the resources on them and giving
Oh my god, that facial animation looks awful. Are they still using Randy Tudor's engine?
As a little bit more vulnerable and open and just see the events that cause her to harden.
Just like Ceres, bossing everyone around. Only this time
She's
no
hardening?
boss to keep you on the leash, yeah?
Ew, Fuda.
A really awesome character like Drummer deserves to have really interesting situations to be put in that fans have come to expect from the show, and now it's like they're getting to play an episode of The Expanse, but in video game form. We can do things like put zero G in the game, but we have to think about it from what's a good interaction medium, and changing that from what you may have seen in the show slightly to make sure that it's something that you can grok immediately and that feels good on the sticks, but that is also representative of what you see in the show. Those characters have really complex issues that they're facing regularly, and in narrative games, we want to give players these gray areas to really think, is this the answer I want to choose, or do I want to choose this answer? And that they both have their upsides
Gray areas?
and downsides. And so
Great.
Expanse is perfect for that.
Hope to see some other colors too.
Belay that. That vault has O2, fuel, armaments. We can't afford to lose it.
It was a really interesting challenge to come at the same character in a completely different medium.
Deck 9 is a video game studio. We are known for our narrative, our characters, and our motion capture technology.
It's a completely blank white room. You've got some tape on the floor, maybe a few things made out of wire to show where a door frame might be or something like that, but otherwise it's pure imagination.
I assume you didn't come here to talk about crystals.
We have a new target.
What is it this time, El Dorado? The Fountain of Youth? Let me guess. The Falcon Horde of Venus?
Yeah.
The UNN
Looks kind of sweet, the way that they do the mocap.
Something that we
It's kind
are
of impressive.
really excited for people to experience in the Expanse of Telltale series is the emotional performance that we're getting from our actors that comes through with our technology and from our animators that really bring out the personality in these characters.
I've written that mocap looks pretty impressive and low tech at the same time.
Believe me, I'm well aware.
Just want to make sure you're not having second thoughts about our deal.
Oh, come on. We're equal partners. We pay the crew, the costs, and the overhead. The rest is 50-50. You and me.
I mean, that's the joy and the beauty of a job like this, is that I get to play.
We're hoping that you form these bonds with these characters and that they are something that you carry with you after you're done playing the game and you're thinking about it later. That, to me, is always a testament of good storytelling is, am I thinking about it long after I experienced the game itself?
Is it good to play with no knowledge of the Expanse? We'll see. Despelote.
I am Julian Cordero, and I'm the lead developer and programmer in Despelote.
Or Despelote.
Despelote is a game about soccer, and it's a slice-of-life adventure game set in 2001, when Ecuador was really close to...
It's about soccer. Who cares? And we decided to make a game about a man who kick football around. Actually, the art style looks kind of nice.
Around with your friends in the park.
It has a sort of build engine feel to it.
Growing up, I played a lot.
Did you hear that Lionel Messi is getting his own game? Lionel Messi Soccer!
Pardon, make friends. A lot of my best friends I made were through playing soccer. But then when I moved to the US, I wasn't really watching or playing soccer for a few years. That sort of made me take a step back from it. I sort of realized this, and I was like, oh,
this is basically
in my life.
Let's Catch, which was a game released on WiiWare, where you play catch with a frisbee with someone in the park.
The first thing I focused on was this relationship with
and
the ball and making the ball
as you
that you're kicking
play catch with them, you hear their story, they talk to you. That's basically this. This game already exists. It was released on WiiWare.
Your environment. Immediately was thinking, okay, what should it look like? And
Lionel Richie is getting his own game. Yeah, level 1, Slippery When Wet. Level 2, Dancing on the Ceiling.
That includes 2D animation, 3D modeling, and also the music. This is actually the first video game I have ever worked in.
Level 3? Is it me you're looking for?
I wanted the game to be feel very
Is it me you're looking for level 4?
Connection with the ball.
We wanted to find a graphic style that could communicate emotions, and we found that the 2D hand-drawn animation was the best way to do that.
We developed the art style sort of around his previous work, and his style sort of feels very nostalgic to us to have these backgrounds with this very grainy aesthetic.
Level 5 is just a match 3 game for some reason. And what's that one called?
So noisy, the characters being so hand-drawn and so clean. As soon as I was okay, well, what's the setting for this game? The only really idea I had was where I have played soccer in my life, which is in Quito. That's where the game sort of had to be set. It became really important for us to capture Quito in a way that was very true to us. So we're using a lot of pictures, and the buildings are all real buildings.
Some of the voices are from people that we knew. We wanted to have the same feeling that you get when you listen to people's conversation in the street.
So they exploited children to develop their game.
Improvisation for the dialogue.
It's all improvised, really. We approached a lot of friends and family in Ecuador. The parents are played by my own parents, so there's an interesting dynamic happening there as you run around as a kid. The scene we said is it's 2001. Ecuador is just coming out of this big economic crisis, and there's this idea of we can qualify to the World Cup, and that's really exciting. And it's been great.
There was a sweatshop game released on iPhone, and Apple took it down, I think, because it criticized
So my
Apple's
parents aren't really
business
big
practices.
soccer people, but the excitement of qualifying to the World Cup was so big that even they were really excited about it.
Oiga, ya está jugando el Ecuador, vamos a ver. Todo el mundo está hablando de que este sí hay chance.
Capturing this moment in time was important because I think
This
for
is
my
a world where
generation, the first time we qualified to the World Cup, it sort of meant like, oh, Ecuador's
everything
a tiny little country, but all of a sudden we
revolves
were like in the
around
world stage and we were like
football.
playing against Italy and like we were like in the big newspapers, and that felt like a really big thing.
Fortnite Wilds, yeah, I'm missing Fortnite Wilds for this.
Despelote is sort of a saying that people have is like, esto está hecho un despelote, is like, this is a mess. So it's sort of like a play on words, like ball, like mess. We're growing up with this idea of si se puede, which is what the people chant to the soccer team, which means, yeah, we can do it. Si se puede and si se pudo, like we can do it and we already did it. Like that's not something my parents were able to like grow up with. People like grasp onto it so much, and I think it like really gave a lot of people so much hope. And I think for me, like that being like one of my earliest memories.
It's a game
sort of made
about
me grow up
hope,
thinking like, oh yeah,
aren't
like,
they all?
Yes, we can. I hope that people really enjoy just running around in Quito. I think we've built it in a way that is based on a lot of our memories. Instead of like trying to recreate it directly one-to-one, it's more of like a fuzzy memory. And I hope that feels very like transportive for people.
I might play
This moment in time in Ecuador was, and how I felt through that time.
Give it a chance. Thank you for watching. Play exclusive demos of all Spotlight games at the Tribeca Festival in New York City. I'm not going to New York City, just to play some game demos. Tribeca. A Highland song. I really like the graphical style and the main character looks breedable. I can't believe I actually wrote that. Most gamey game that the studio has made. GeoWizard Straight Line Mission, the game. Favorite photo as a child. That sounds like a creepypasta. Goodbye Volcano High. Snoot Girl. If I only had a year left, I would commit so many crimes. So many crimes, Lamau. The symbolism is practically shoved down our throats. This just looks like it's depressing to play, honestly. Existential crises are so last year. Didn't this come out? Love each other, be there for each other. Chants of Senar. I didn't come here to read. That's because they had subtitles on screen. Hey, look at my my recommended videos. Struggling to get a beat on what kind of game this is. It looks nice, but what is it? Violence is not the way to solve things. Yeah, Will Brock the Investigator begs to differ. Tolerance and openness. And we got a release date for that, September 5th. Nightscape. Okay, Goat Kid, let's go on an adventure. It's not 2.5D, shut up, don't be stupid. You can go up and down, in and out. That's 3D, not 2.5D, get out of here. The first studio to ever sample their own voice, lol. Looks fine, might take a key. Stray Gods, you're missing animation frames full of themselves. We're going to be different and do the next big thing because fuck you, industry. It's literally a song you control the lyrics for. Like, I can do that at home with a hairbrush in front of the mirror. What is the point? Troy NFT Baker, diverse voices, ugh, hire for who fits the role talent-wise. I can't believe this. You are virtue signaling over people's skin color. That's literally racism. What is wrong with you? This isn't progressive, it's segregation. The Expanse, a Telltale series. New Telltale game, sweet. Never seen the show, though. What is The Expanse? Oh my god, that face and animation. She's hardening. Ooh, Fuda. Grey areas, great. Hope to see some other colours, too. That mocap seems pretty impressive and low-tech at the same time. Is it good to play with no knowledge of The Expanse? We'll see. And Despelote, the final game. The art style is really impressive, but this is basically Let's Catch for WiiWare. I can't say this appeals to me. Oh, it looks like they exploited children to make this game. A world where everything revolves around football. It's a game about hope, aren't they all? Right, that's my thoughts on Tribeca. So far, let me see. Tribeca, Devolver, Summer Games Fest, Day of the Devs. Where were my Day of the Devs notes? Beastie Ball, Hyper Light Breaker. Yeah, that was Day of the Devs. Right. If I had to rate them so far, Guerrilla Collective, Terra Memoria, Sengoku Dynasty, Duality, Tiny Sticker Tail, Remnant 2, Hammer Watch 2, Iron Heat, Anton Blast, Annalyn, Toxic Crusaders. A 7 for Guerrilla Collective. Summer Games Fest, yeah, 7. Day of the Devs, a 4. Apart from Hellskate and Henry Halfhead. That was a pretty boring show. Devolver Digital. The Shadows of the Damned Remastered trailer was the best thing, and that wasn't even in the show. And then, while the Devolver showcase was funny, it showed Wizard with a Gun. What was it called? Lol, I lost interest. Talos Principle 2. It's not really my scene, but hey, nice trailer. Baby Steps, wow, this looks jank as fuck. And Human Fall Flat 2, haven't played the originals, so I don't really have a say. That was basically nothing, thanks a lot, Devolver. I'd give Devolver a 4, and it only gets a 4 because of the comedy of the Volve E mascot. Right, Tribeca. That's... I'll give it a 4 because they took the time to explain what each game was. There was plenty of gameplay footage there. You know, it wasn't like CGI trailers. And there were some things there I genuinely liked the look of. You know, I genuinely like the look of that Highland game. I kind of like the look of Despelote. And what was the other? The Expanse. I'd be tempted to check it out sometime. Right. What are we looking at? Almost 9 o'clock. 9 till 10, 10 till 11. Let's say we reconvene in 15 minutes' time for 2 hours of Katamari. That gives me enough time to get this shit in the fridge. Sort out my surroundings, get this shit in the fridge. We'll come back and do 2 hours of Katamari. Alright. Yes, Teach. Alright, make sure you go out for break and then come back in 15 minutes' time. Until next time, if we live that long. If you don't live for the next 15 minutes, I am genuinely concerned for you and your well-being. Take care.